But sorry. So, what did you ask me?
I was gonna say a player you want to see kind of step up. But as we're getting live, I do want to take a moment to shout out the RGL One Day Prolander Cup happening, I believe, in about a week's time. It's going to be the only Prolander action you're going to be able to see all season. 50% of the teams that sign up get keys for playing. So if you're a fan of the game mode, check that out. And RGL is also running a kind of one season anniversary giveaway. You can type !giveaway in chat to find out about that. Thank you back to the community, $400 in prizes. Yeah, check those out. Things RGL are doing. But yeah, getting back into this game. I was gonna say just a player that maybe you think going into this might not have the biggest impact, but could be a game changer if they do step up.
I
And the player. Oh yeah, you go. Let
I
you
think
take
I'm
that
gonna go
first.
for the medics. It might be a little bit of a cop out because obviously you want your medic to step up, but I think both Tacos and Chinatown or Kalo are two players that I don't always see as a medic. My first thought isn't seeing him as a medic, but absolutely capable. So that's who I'm looking for.
All right, I'm looking at the Pyros then, since I think that both of these teams have potential holes that can be, exploited if the Pyros aren't playing up to bat, as Shay leads off the fragging with a headshot onto Octa, I believe that is, out of spawn. And yeah,
Looks
we
like
are
that was Zoe.
underway. Oh, is it so? It was, my bad.
Yeah. So yeah, Shay, a little bit of counter sniping right there, and gets the early advantage. Good jump in from Dreadnought. A little bit staggered as the sack wave, so they didn't really get enough damage, condensed damage, to maybe get a force off. But actually, the Uber is going to come out, so everyone on Space Force now just needs to back up. Actually, they're not going to get aggressive with the Uber at all, but this is exactly what you want. If you can just get a little bit of damage in there, you can use this Uber and take. Even better is if you find a way to take it without using it.
Yeah, and Matt has gone back at this point and taken out that entrance teleport. And yeah, the force was coming out of Joey, I believe, at the very end, able to kind of sneak in there through mid. And the Ubers are actually going to get popped out pretty early, it looks like. River doing a very good job stuffing this. Seer not able to get much at all going in on this. Evil taking out Zoe on the backside is going to make this even better, but it has looked like Rewind is back out hill. Whether or not they recommit or not remains to be seen. Triple actually looks like they're playing towards Cave right now, maybe kind of taking the best of both worlds. Triple getting that damage in on cart, Blanket barely escaping with his life. Tacos, though, going down to Shay, who has been absolutely cleaning up the back end of this fight with Pablo. Both of them sitting on 6 streaks right now. So crazy shots coming out of both of them, and the Space Force is going to be stifled right in front of the capture point. Chinatown is back up on Uber right now, so we should see this hold kind of settle in a little bit longer if they can hold it. Shay counter-sniping Zoe again. You mentioned your sniper getting that streak in the first 40 seconds of the game, really kind of getting the Mojo Rising thing going on. Shay's been having a great game so far.
Yeah, it just literally every single time you got a kill, and Pablo too, obviously in that defense. They had full Uber advantage, Space Force did, and couldn't manage to cap what a lot of people just consider a throwaway point at that. So great job so far by Rewind. They do lose a couple of players. That gun is going to go down, so you have to imagine they're going to back out now. Chinatown needs to try to stay alive. He is actually going to pop the Uber on the retreat, so he should be safe and sound moving back, but they're going to be at a very hefty Uber disadvantage. 85% right now for Space Force, and I don't think Exa is going to have time to build a gun. They've just got to keep the pressure on. Space Force knows they have huge advantage. Evil is behind, but Uber does get popped, and really not too much happening just yet. Dreadnought gets a kill. Octa gets another, but most of the frags actually in Rewind's favor.
Importantly, though, is that Dread was able to take out Chinatown, but Tacos is going to go into Evil on the back end of that fight. Shay picking up some more headshots in that fight there. And yeah, it's unfortunate that China got popped backing out of second, but if you can take that Uber ad, or, the Uber dis ad you have on defense and trade it, get the opposing team's med and Uber, you'll take that. It's basically even right now, 1% ad for Tacos. So that's, functionally even, and Shay really kind of getting settled in on Hill. Going to take out Blanket and Octa. Zoe now kind of stepping up to the plate. Going to try to take him down, but Evil getting in behind him, might try to break that up. Goes in for the stab, takes out Tacos instead, and gets Zoe. Oh no, he actually doesn't get Zoe's, knife gets melted, but Shay takes him out anyway, so fantastic play coming out of Rewind, really showing their dominance right now.
Yeah, and Shay is honestly going nuts. So he had at least a 7K before. He's on another 7K. So at least 14 kills already in
15.
about 15. Damn, dude, in just a few minutes. So I don't know what the answer is here. Mad decloaks near him, but I think Shay may have heard the decloak and backed away. So far, Space Force really struggling to get things going, and I mean, just huge credit. Actually, Shay does go down. Finally, Mad finds a way, gets that revolver in on him. Evil falls too, so no pick classes. You're at a pretty hefty Uber disad, but I think you can start pushing this just a bit. Try to find a frag here and there off of players that get caught out.
Yeah, Mad has a good spot to go in right now. Art kills Zoe and taunts, but goes down to Mad because of it. So some instant karma as China's Uber will get popped out onto River. They're gonna hit an air blast back, really not do too much with it. Shay goes in for a shot, not gonna find anything valuable as he has to surf out. The gun that Exa has up will get pulled out, gets 2 kills as well. So good work on that, but hill control has gone solidly in the favor of Space Force. They're gonna pop this Uber in. River doing a great job reflecting that sticky that may have killed China. Will, it looks like, no, doesn't actually go down as Shay saves it by taking out Octa at the end. More ridiculous play coming out from Shay. Will get taken out by Seer at the very end of that, but a pretty good escape for Space Force, and 5 minutes through second puts them in a very good position in this round.
Yeah, and so far River has done a good job air blasting those Uber. You know, Ubers. It's not flashy. It's honest work, right? He's making a living and he's helping his team out. So you know, he might not end up on a highlight reel, but at the end of the day, what matters is teamwork, everyone. So anyway, this cart is starting to make its way towards the roller coaster. We'll see how far they're going to be able to get it up. Good capping so far. They had that ×3 going. You want to just get it up that first hill, and they do. 100% in on the side of Rewind. So they have that opportunity to pop that Uber if they need to, but ours nice sticky trap takes down 2, including Tacos. So huge plays there by the Rewind demo. This cart makes it up the second ramp too. So I mean, this is great work out of Blanket and Sigafu. I think I saw Zoe on the point as well. To get it up those first 2, if they can find a way to get this Uber out or have a nice trade, they might be able to take third a lot quicker than, you know, first and second.
Yeah, no, Sigafu getting back on that cart, gonna start moving it up the third hill right now, and that's gonna force Rewind to make a move here. Evil going in on the decloak will take out Sig, doesn't hear it, unfortunately, but Octa
Shay actually got the kill.
Oh, he did, yeah, Octa pushing into bucket right now, will have to surf out, but baits rain out enough, and they will trade there, but oh, lots of frags going into Rewind's favor right now, unfortunately. Shay gonna take out Zoe, continuing to just get settled in right now. He has 33 points, which is absolutely insane for how short this match has been going on right now. But more importantly, the cart up the third hill. Despite not having an Uber, Space Force has been playing a really good objective game. Mad decloaking on it, gonna get it very close, and he stops moving before it gets pushed in.
I don't know what happened.
He could have gotten that, but he just took his hands off his keyboard, I guess, assuming he was gonna die. The cart is key trap up. Doesn't look like Rewind is going for a super default. Sig's gonna get a little bit further up, dies to the trap as the Ubers get popped out right now. Seer gets knocked back, but not off the map. Mad on cart, unable to tap in, and no, they do get it. Good air blast out of Joey will result in the cap. Gun is, no, it gets pulled out by Exa. Callow going down to a great bump. Dreadnought. So minutes through third, not exactly what you want to see. All things can really good jump out of, given, you know, the amount they did, and with China going down and nearly full ad in the favor of Tacos, only triple and Zoe and or Shay, excuse me, an upper, you know, they have a really good chance at kind of, you know, salvaging this push if they can get it in the next minute or two.
Yeah, that 720 though right now is hanging pretty heavy, and so many kills going in Rewind's favor. 4 left alive. Taco's gonna go down to Rain on a 3K as he takes him out, and I think that is really the kicker there. I pretty much a wipe. I think Mad may be the only person to stay alive, and that's just because he's a spy. But Rewind now has the opportunity to get a really nice hold. They are in upper with the tiles, or in tiles, I guess I should say, and X has got the gun around spawn, so this is going to be super difficult for Space Force to push. They are at a hefty Uber disadvantage, so unless they can get in and find a way to get to Kalo, I think they're going to struggle to take this point. Actually, it's Sigafu. Oh, Sigafu just runs in there with a shotgun and takes down the enemy medic. That's huge plays from a god, man.
And yeah, that's what I was talking about with his ability to be a spark plug. You know, he's gonna run in, and you know, sometimes he gets it, and he's the hero. Sometimes he misses it, and you know, it's what's this guy doing? But you know, at the end of the day, you know, winning solves all issues, and getting that med, you know, is huge. But just I want to bring up how it is that Space Force just wasn't able to wait that 10 seconds to that push. Taco's died at 85. And you imagine if they wait a little bit longer, he has Uber there, maybe they're pretty captain at this point. But again, Tacos is sitting on a 50% ad. They are pushing up this spiral again, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think it leaves you all vulnerable to a lot of things going wrong. Nothing too bad yet, although Zoe and Sigafu are been going down. Trade frags are going to be traded back onto some Rewind players. Triple in a really good position, going to take out Seer and Octa. Going to get on the 8th streak before finally going down to Dreadnought. So really clutch play by him, baiting in the backstairs to take out the rest of the combo. There's no good Uber classes now for Tacos sitting in upper with that charge. Zoe's going to get scoped in, try to take some people out, not finding anything. Mad getting past the dispenser block, taking out the gun as well. Means that once spawns come in, this will be prime. Octa going down. The Uber gets popped out onto Seer, though. They're getting pushed further to spawn. Mad going to follow up his lurk with a stab onto Callow. And that's Joey on cart, getting knocked off of him. He baits a lot of the players in on. And it looks like Blanket and Dread are going to tip this in 10 minutes, which, you know, definitely not the best. But something that I think, given some of the mishaps they had, they can't be too upset about, you know. The time suits the push.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, something to hang your hat on is when you get another opportunity at attacking, the fact that third and last were your best pushes, you just tighten up first and second, and you could be in for one hell of a time. But right now, they've got to shift their mindset over to defense, and this is where I think a team like Space Force could come alive. Like we've said, I mean, Sigafu, he has those like crazy good plays where you can just run up into tiles and take out your medic, but you know, might be able to really heavily contribute on defense. Zoe might be able to get a little bit more comfortable too, because obviously Shay was just absolutely dominating the sniper battle. I think that's going to be the most important thing for Space Force. Zoe doesn't need to light the world on fire, but just needs to kind of just step up, you know.
Yeah, definitely agreed. And you know, defender's advantage on sniper is a huge thing. You know where, all the angles you know he's going to be peeking from. Zoe on playground now, looking for something. Evil's going to get past, actually taking the lower route, going through tunnel. Looks like he's going to run for that dispenser. No, he's coming back in. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see what he does. Yeah, he decloaks. See if he can get something. Will end up sapping the gun and will take it out, actually. So good on him to get that without taking him losing his life. And the sack will force out Tacos, in addition to taking down Joey. So good work out of Rewind to kind of already set the stage for this push. And it looks like they're just giving it up. Yeah, without this Uber, you know, Tacos and the rest of the Space Force combo bailing on this. They don't get caught in, you know, no real pressure from Rewind, but there goes first.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think it's something you just have to do. You have no gun, you have no Uber. You might get an opportunity. You'd have to get like 3 or 4 quick frags in order to have any chance to hold that. And I think that's a smart play backing up. They need to try to get this Uber out early. Actually, great job. Dreadnought jumping in behind, forces the Uber out. Now it's just a matter of staying alive. No chances for Sigafu really to get a gun up at the moment. Actually, there's a level 2 in the tunnel, which is an interesting spot. I think he's going to go down in just a second. That gun is not long for this world, but everything for Space Force. They had the opportunity off of Dreadnought's play, but unfortunately, just I don't think enough bodies around, or you know, not enough ability to kite that Uber. And they are probably going to lose second off of it. Matt is still hanging around, gets a backstab onto Shay. Maybe if he can come through and get a chain stab on like the medic and demo or something. But he might go down near the cart right now.
He's going to get popped out on second. River doing a good job of kind of stalling it. But Blanket's getting in onto China. Will take him out, actually. And the cart is still in tunnel. Maybe Sigafu's little hidden gun had more value than we realized in the beginning. And it looks like we have a setup kind of back in here. Evil going with a cheeky decloak onto Sig, trying to take him out. Will not get him and goes down to the gun. But surprisingly, a really good retake out of Space Force after, you know, they had kind of really not had that good of a first, second, or back out of these 2 points. You know, they're maybe trying to get settled in. Don't really have much in terms of hill control, and Shay is coming back in to kind of take advantage of that. But as far as they are, Space Force definitely milking more time out of this point than they should have gotten otherwise. Zoe going down, definitely a blunder, though.
Yeah, Sigafu has a level 1, really passive, just trying to harass anyone on point, but second is eventually going to get capped as expected. So now the name of the game is transition time for Space Force. Back out to third. Sigafu needs to try to get a gun going as soon as possible, but I think Rewind are on the hunt. They don't want to let that happen. They don't want any semblance of a defense to come up. So not too aggressive, but still kind of in the face of Space Force, which is the smart play, because obviously if you get too aggressive, you could get wiped, and that could be a big no-no. So kind of just the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, but there is an Uber in right now for Rewind. Little do they know there's an Uber back on the other side. Unfortunately, Joey, Octa, and Blanket all going down around the time that Uber came out, so not much to be found besides maybe scaring a couple players on Rewind off, but still, there's no defense here, and that's going to be the kicker.
The bright side is that Cart wasn't getting super pushed up during that time, so it's only just now hitting that second ramp. Spawns have come back in. And, you know, it's 6.5 minutes left on the clock. You have to figure Space Force is going to try to hold this, but no. Snipe coming out of Shay, going to take out Seer. Blanket and Mad also going down. Means that Exa may have this. Art's sitting at 3 HP on the cart, getting spam in, forcing that gun to remain wrangled. Not going to go down to those rockets. Dread finally takes him out as the cart is pushing that third one, although, again, Dread in a really good position on Catwalk to deny it. Tacos, though, peeks a little. Actually, no. Shay gets into Shithouse and takes him out with the quick shot, and it looks like he's going to escape with his life. So Shay really kind of putting his mark on this game. The cart will get pushed up the third hill. Joey's able to air blast. I believe that was Exa off of the cart. But Triple getting through lower into Shithouse, going to try to create a distraction, I guess. No one in position to push the cart, though. Art's getting aggro. Joey's going to go down, gets flare punched by River. Really good play, and it looks like, you know, this hold's going to continue for a little bit longer.
I'm honestly surprised. I thought, honestly, after that Uber trade, Space Force were going to be left in the dust, but this cart is going to get capped. Oh, getting on the point just in time is Seer. Good job by the demo, but unfortunately that Uber does come in. Cart gets capped. Good job by Dreadnought chasing down Chinatown. I like the little rhyme there. That was nice. But I think for Space Force, this is still not a great position to be in. River hunts Sigafu down in spawn, so that's going to be a delayed gun getting set up. And they just got their respawn wave now, so really no one besides Joey is in tiles. So I don't know. Space Force is going to struggle yet again, but we'll see if they can band together.
Tacos dies. That's their one silver lining was that they killed China in that back out, and you know Tacos escaped with his life, and they had Uber at, but got a little too aggressive and made, and Art's able to take him out. Triple winning the heavy v heavy fight and lower with 6 HP as well, just gonna add insult to injury. Evil tries to take out the gun, and actually he will, I think. Sigafu did go down, or he wasn't there, but Zoe at least avenges him. So the gun should get set back up in a second, and not actually too much ground gained by Rewind here. No, they haven't really taken much control of upper, and Tacos and Joey are going to make the risky call to get in there. Pablo, though, coming up through front stairs, finds Tacos, won't get the kill, but forces him out. Evil with the decloak, can't find anything. Octa doing a good job guarding his med, but yeah, Pablo going down now to that gun, getting back up in upper. No! Arts finds Tacos again. Uber's going to come out. Octa goes down. Joey's going to get killed as well. And Pandemonium is breaking out in last as Rewind smells victory.
Yeah, this should be they got a player on the cart. Only a few left alive for Space Force. I mean, maybe you have some kind of a chance. Mad trying to get in on the cart. He's not going to be able to. Blanket jumps on. He's going to fall just right after. But somehow this happened. I mean, this is kind of that weird dance that teams do. Someone's got to get on this pyro, right? No. Okay, thank God. This, you know, the cart gets kind of capped, and then someone jumps on it, and you're like, oh no, they're going to have this sweet, sweet defense. And then, like, someone eventually still caps it. But I don't want to sound too cynical. Space Force may have an opportunity. I think it's just going to come down to the ability to have your players alive and just maybe get a nice wipe, nice 4 or 5 kills, then you have a chance. But right now it's just too scattered.
Yeah, Evil just had tacos right as he's coming out of spawn as well, so unfortunate med deaths repeatedly coming in here. And oh, Shay gets Joey off the cart as well. Octa gonna get spammed, so most of the defense here is gone. Level 1 up for Sig, doing all that it can. Zoe as well, but Evil's gonna come in on him, takes him out. Evil takes Sig as well. Good plays out of the Spy on Rewind, and that's gonna be the cart coming in. 2.5 minutes remaining. A lot better of a defense, I have to say, than I thought they were gonna get, but ultimately it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, for sure. And let me pull up these logarithms and see what we got.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we are. Oh, that's actually.
Let's see. All right, here's what I got. Here's what I got. I got Shay on 31 frags with 527 DPM. I mean, that's those are big boy numbers. Honestly,
Yeah.
you know, they're not small boy numbers. They're big boy numbers.
Very large.
Very large boy numbers. Unfortunately, on the other side, Zoe only picking up 14, and it just could be one of those things. It's kind of a difficult mindset to pull yourself out of when you're getting kind of crushed that hard in the sniper v sniper, but it just takes like one nice frag sometimes to get your adrenaline going, to get you back in that rhythm. I hopefully, you know, for Zoe isn't sweating it, he isn't sweating it too much and can step up in on the next round. Triple though is the second fragger at 24, which I think is
Good
amazing.
Call.
Yeah. Triple always amazes me.
Yeah, no, it's just a really well played half out of Rewind, and I think, you know, there were some moments from Space Force, but, you know, those moments only came after they made equally big mistakes, so they only kind of went even with the hero plays, whereas, you know, Rewind really didn't have that many misplays, it felt like, throughout that match. Although I do think talking about Zoe is very important, because I noticed, especially on second and third, a lot of the times when they lost, you know, a lot of ground on those, I'm pretty sure Zoe is kind of in a, you know, not the best mental state right now. He was the furthest person forward on his team, you know, remaining hard scope. He had demo spam flying at him, trying to get that hero med pick, and I don't think that's the approach you want to take here. You know, you're getting out sniped. You know, you got to just breathe in, breathe out, reset that mental, and say, my team needs me to get frags. They don't need me to, you know, run in and, you know, get that ridiculous hero play where I jump into the middle of the enemy team and quick scope the med and, you know, the ultimate fashion. Just got to stay back, stay safe, exert pressure, and, you know, if it starts with scout body shots, it starts with scout body shots. You know, if you have to join the guild, then take out Exa off card. You know, just small things and work your way up. If Shay's winning the SVS, you got to dodge that. You know, let the rest of your team trust in your team, let them take him out, rather than putting all the pressure on yourself. And again, I think we saw some plays out of Space Force that were just really great. You know, that third hold came back in out of nowhere. Same thing with the second hold, but it's just these cool kind of retakes are followed by terrible holds. Eliminate the terrible. This is an easily winnable.
Yeah, I think another important stat to look at too is Evil getting 8 sniper picks, actually more sniper picks than Shay got. So maybe something to keep an eye on in the next one is maybe Joey needs to spend a little more time around Zoe, or maybe Zoe just needs to stay a little bit more aware of the presence of Evil, but also Evil coming in with three med picks too. So you know, obviously as a spy, it's really difficult to get towards the top of the scoreboard, especially when you have a player like Shay going off, or like Triple, who had a huge game, but very impactful because kept Zoe in the respawn room, always made sure that when Shay and Zoe were gonna have that SVS, Shay was always at the advantage because Zoe's walking in from the respawn room as well. So good work from Evil. And I think, kind of like what you said, there was a lot for Space Force to kind of carry forward into this round. I don't think they're out of it by any stretch. They just need to, you know, a few things to go in their favor.
Yeah, another thing too is, you know, just looking at these stats, you have Dread and Seer, you know, sitting at 21 and 16, 22 and 18. Seer, I believe, top damaging the server. Actually, no, Shay had 6 more damage than he did. But if we take away the pick classes, then yeah. Seer doing out-damaging Arts by a decent amount, so, you know, the core is there, right? All I got to do is just shore up their positioning a little bit, stop getting picked off as much, you know, protect tacos a little better, and I think, again, you know, we saw how close they got that last round when I'd say all of their defenses had really critical mistakes at one point. And Zoe now pulling a Shay, gonna rack off 3 kills almost immediately. And,
Someone checked.
Oh,
Zoe! Someone checked. Did Zoe disconnect and reconnect? I don't know. I don't know. All right.
all right.
He's down.
Probably not.
Gotta check. Always a little time to inject. All right, that's a joke. Zoe's not cheating. But anyway, so Rain does go down. Nice reflect from Joey. Everything going in Space Force's favor at the moment. Zoe hasn't respawned just yet, but maybe an opportunity to get back in there and get the momentum. Kind of rebuild it. Pablo coming in on the flank, take out Blanket. But no Uber trade just yet. No real sack wave to speak of as well. I wonder if they might just take a pure, honest Uber fight and try to take this point.
Yeah, no, if you compare what happened the last time Rewind Zach, they got the gun, they got the NG, they got the Uber and the dispenser. Comparatively, they're doing really well. Uber's actually getting it popped out, of course, by Chinatown. Shay going down already, so no sniper in this post means that Space Force can stay in this. Good job denying by Zoe, and the frags are going almost all in their favor. Dread's gonna get taken out, but the rest of it are all Rewind casualties. Chinatown getting stabbed out. Mad takes him out in the kind of upper cliff spot. Rain jumping onto China, gonna try to salvage this, but no. Good sense from Octa and Blanket to take him out there. So very good defense. Sigafu's gonna have to rebuild his gun, but that's about it. The rest of Space Force getting comfy here.
Yeah, this is really nice out of Space Force. They just came in like a team possessed. I don't know if that phrase actually carries over. Man possessed, a team possessed. But they look freaking good all of a sudden. River goes down. Oh, Evil does get the backstab on Sig, so no chance for another gun to get rebuilt. Nice shot from Zoe.
Okay. He wasn't disguised.
You see Evil coming in, that gun just peppering them. But I don't know how much longer you want to stay in if you're Space Force. You can kind of get trapped in that mindset of you will always be fragging until all of a sudden you like lose all your players. So I still think Space Force need to back out at the first sign of danger, but they do have an Uber to hang their hat on if need be.
They do have an Uber. The frag's been going in their favor. Zoe, Shay's just respawning after getting taken out, so nothing to really force them out yet. Evil, though, will come in, gonna take out Zoe, so that's gonna be the first domino to fall. Ubers are gonna get popped out on Pablo. Again, Joey denying this as he should be, getting really deep in there. Good work on them. Dreadnought's gonna go down, as does Mad, but, it looks like the rest of Space Force really have kind of just bailed out of here, and a lot more safely this time than in that first half. 3 minutes on first. There's a really solid hold and sets Space Force up to have a good defense right now.
Yeah, I mean, just really, it looks like we're watching a different team. If you had removed the names, I would have assumed that Rewind was playing defense right now. And Evil is just nonstop going for Zoe, and it's such a smart play. Zoe was so locked in, and the fact that Evil will just incessantly backstab him can really throw him off that balance. In the middle of saying that, Evil gets a couple more, and it's just Tacos left alive. I mean, I was talking for 5 seconds, and all of a sudden, everyone on Space Force is dead. So, yikes.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, Chinatown did go down, so Space Force will retain the Uber ad. River waiting at spawn, gonna probably die, sitting at 15 HP as we move into a pause right now. So, bit of a kind of chaotic happening there. Now, I guess it might have just been a server skip as we are back in. So, Uber ad will be in the favor of Space Force now, almost 70% King of Tacos. But the cap should come in for Rewind here. 4 minutes through second, not that bad.
Yeah, it kind of wipes away that really solid first hold, but I guess an okay time through first and second. Now we'll see if they can really hold third. If they can get 4 minutes out of this, you will be extremely happy. And there goes Zoe again, headshot onto Shay, and here comes Evil going in for the backstab. Can't get it. Good job there by Seer and Blanket actually spotting out the spy, but Zoe does go down anyway. Art's getting that Iron Bomber in on him. So Sigafood falls as well. That's gonna mean tough things for this defense. No gun can go up, and you do also have triple there in the C house. So Cart is up on the first ramp. Still opportunity for an okay defense from Space Force. I'm just really not feeling it just yet with Sigafood just respawning.
Yeah, Ubers are going to get popped out, though. Joey going to launch them off. Art's and kind of still there. None of them are going to go off the cliff, but really not too much gain. Actually, no, I lied. Lots of frags going into Rewind's favor. Immediately in the post, Shay going to take out 3 people on his own before Zoe, takes him out. Zoe and Joey on the same team power couple. But yeah, it looks like that's going to force Space Force back, so unfortunate for them that they're not able to really get a third hold to stick in there. We should see the cart getting capped momentarily, and now the pressure is actually 6 minutes through third, still pretty decent. A little better than I would have thought.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
5.
I think so Octa was still disconnected from the server for a while there on that third. I don't know if maybe he dropped and that's why they paused, and it just took him a long time to reconnect. And I didn't see exactly when he dropped off, but he's back in there now, and it might explain a little bit why they had so much trouble there on the third hold. Shay does go down immediately. Mad does get picked up by Exa though, and then Joey falls to Pablo. So they've got an Uber over on the Rewind side. They use it up top, but there's really nothing to be found. Actually, Arts is just sitting there invulnerable, like, all right, someone do something to me. Oh wait, you can't. And then takes out the sentry from across the other side. So really smart play by Arts, knowing that he's not really going to be doing anything else.
China got kind of trapped in lower in the end of that Uber and will go down. Bit of a kind of delayed death by him as well, so good on Space Force. And actually, I want to say I don't think Octa disconnecting was the reason why they lost that. I believe he only DC'd after he died.
Okay.
Which is something he's done for a while. I'm not sure of the reason, but if you watch enough Space Force games, you'll see him DC and reconnect pretty quickly. And I think they just wanted to make sure he had to come back in. But yeah, good point out there. Art's getting the gun in that Uber was kind of the only thing they got out of it. But again, 30% ads sitting in the favor of Tacos. Really no one going down. You know, Zoe kind of sitting comfortably on his own in upper. I guess the dispenser block is in fact working. So they're just kind of sitting pretty, waiting for whatever the Rewinds to throw at them.
Yeah, Evil touching the cart just a little bit. I want to make sure it doesn't move backwards and get a little bit of that cap time as well. Zoe in a kind of a precarious position, now backing up to spawn as a lot of pressure from lower. That should be called out though, so this Uber shouldn't come as a surprise, and it sure doesn't because the response comes in almost immediately from Tacos. Not too much in terms of frags though. I mean,
actually four down on Space Force, yeah. So River running in through upper, gonna get in there pretty deep. Will almost take out Dreadnought, but Octa sitting in upper gonna kind of get those counter kills. Picks up 3 out of the window onto Cart, and the hold will continue for Space Force. You know, the players they lost were non-essentials, and the ones remaining are able to clean it up, so good on them.
Yeah, and not only that, Sigafu on the respawn, able to start working on his gun again. Zoe going down, that might be something big. I always hate having to try to push against the sniper on this point, especially when you're not always 100% sure where they are. Blanket and Dreadnought also fall, so 2 important players down on the side of Space Force. Zoe on the respawn, Evil capping Cart right now. No one is stopping him. He's just walking. Someone get on him, and there we go. The Uber does get used as well. Joey taking care of the Cart, but this is kind of that chaos mode right now, where everyone starts just feeding for the Cart, and everyone on Space Force dying as well. Yeah. I think this is gonna get capped, but not a terrible time for Space Force on the defense. We'll see.
They got Tacos is probably gonna confirm it. Got a little frisky with his kind of sniper dancing, but yeah, 9-13. You know, ultimately that is a better time than what Space Force pushed the last half. So if we see a similar quality push out of them, then, you know, this will result in a 2-0 for Rewind. But it feels like Space Force is playing a lot better. Zoe's a lot more on point than he was. You know, the rest of the team is not making as many mistakes as they are. Tacos is keeping his life a lot more frequently. So this should be a pretty good half. 9-13 is extremely doable.
Yeah, I mean, just to point out, Zoe and Shay, 24 and 23 points respectively. Obviously doesn't equate exactly to kills, but when you consider the disparity in that first half, it's just a huge difference. So good on Zoe, and for everyone who's jumping in on Shay, making sure that he can't go off the way he did in the first one. But we'll see how things kind of kick off. Again, maybe it is going to be whoever starts sniping early is going to be the one with all the momentum. But Space Force, very doable time. This was, like you said, about a minute faster than their first one, so just it's not too much time to shave off, especially if they can have a solid first and or second, which they didn't have the last time they pushed.
Yeah, no, definitely. You mentioned that as well. Just really long times right now, so we're gonna have to see if Shay is gonna be able to kind of get settled in on that playground like he did before. Rocket Spam gonna try to force him off. Nothing too much though. Mad going in maybe for an aggressive decloak instead of on the telly. Runs in, it's not gonna matter. Zoe body shots him right as the sticky hits him, so no sniper. Sacks come out, not gonna touch Chinatown though. So the sniper's gonna be all that they get. Zoe aggressive will get forced back right now, but Tacos is out of spawn. Eve be able to step, no! Gets him in, kills him through Fencer, and that's a drop for Tacos right there. So a little bit of a delayed reaction, I'm not sure. Didn't expect the damage, or maybe a sticky hit him. I don't know what went on there, but ultimately that's going to be an Uber down for Space Force, which is the last thing we want to see right now. He's going to respawn, and they're going to be getting aggressive here. I heard a banner popped out. That looks like it's from defense. Uber's actually going to come out of the defense side. Doesn't look like that was forced. I think they called that. Maybe getting greedy here as Rain chases Zoe all the way back to spawn with the Conqueror. Not even going to get him, but Tacos keeps his life, so slight Uberhead on their side. Guess they just kind of pop that to kind of force pressure back and maybe see if they can stall this until Tacos gets Uber, maybe try to kill him again. But yeah, some time definitely being shaved off the clock right now, which is all you really want to do at so hope it's their purpose. And
Yeah.
Tacos get stabbed!
Oh no. Yeah, this is not what you want to see if you're Space Force. Any good upward gets off to a quick start here on first, but that is really not what's happening. River with a reflex kill onto Dreadnought too. Nice job getting in his face, but I mean, things are just so far in the Rewind camp. I don't really know how you begin to break this, especially because Tacos keeps going down. You're at a huge Uber disadvantage. You might want to just... Oh, Evo! No, he can't! He can't do that to him, man. 3 backstabs, and he can't do that to him, man.
That's a bit of a microcosm of how this happens. He's going to get a 4th later on to Seer as well in a different part of the map before going down. Tacos is only at 50%, not building too quickly, and it feels like the life just got sucked out of Space Force right now. Just, this is hard. It's hard to watch because you can tell, we've all been in that situation. But no, Zoe is going to take out Shay, and that might show some signs of life. Seer getting pretty far forward, looking to push Rain off of that cliff area. Cart is being moved up now, so we may see an Uber come out of China now. River got stabbed by Mad, going back in. Not going to find him a pop, but the kind of alone on card, no real danger for Space Force, and a cap comes in 3 minutes, which is exactly what Space Force held Rewind to. So mirrored times it looks like, and full Uber ad in for the side of Space Force, pushing second.
I think that's really the most important part, and Seer's got to be careful. It could have gone down without his medic there to pop, but here comes the Uber. A solo on the demo so far, which isn't really what you want to see, but I think it's made everyone on Rewind realize that they can't hold this point. They start to back up. Actually, Pablo is going to go back in, get interested. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a mistake.
Bad. That was an uncharacteristic misplay from him. You said he's not, the first player you think of when you think of a med, but his positioning is normally really solid. Getting caught out on that bridge like that, not what you expect to see from him, but it's, again, very, very good happenings for Space Force after that kind of rough first push. They are taking a lot of momentum into third right now. They are getting that ×3 on card, which is important. Triple's kind of hiding behind on Catwalk, but he's been spotted, so I can't imagine he's going to be able to get anything done. Yeah, he will get taken out. Zoe gets sniped up by Shay, so no sniper here is bad. Seer going down as well. Now you want to see Mad countering the sniper pick, so at least there's that. Level 1 coming up, and no real good classes to take it out. Octa can't really play in. Evil coming in. This is the stab onto Joey and gets launched onto the cart. So frags are being traded pretty heavily back and forth right now. Space Force in an interesting position. Look at Octa. Gonna get the Uber charge, actually. Really gonna kind of push this momentum. The gun will go down eventually as Seer bombs in. Will he be able to find anything? Does he hit? No, he almost hits China into the pit, but looks like the cap will go into favor for Space Force. 4 minutes left, push last, definitely going well.
Yeah, this is huge from Space Force, and just smart play, making sure they had a couple bodies on cart and keeping forward with some aggression, but not so much that you end up getting wiped and then you know, your cart pushers go down. But Uber does get popped by Chinatown. He's got to use it to stay alive, but he's going to go down anyway after. Joey with one, and Dreadnought and Seer are getting a couple of frags themselves. So just like that, there are 4 players left alive for Rewind. This gun's starting to go up for Exa. Is it going to be up in time? It probably will at least get to a level 2 because the cart is only just getting around the corner right now. Seer spots the gun, and he's going to back off. Nice shot by Zoe, and I'm not sure if Tacos went down, but he does not have ad at all.
Yeah, no, he did go down. He was one of the few casualties. Rain came out of Spiral behind them and was able to pick him off, but again, China going down means that there will be slight ad. Blue team actually well, so that gun is easy picking. Seer and on cart beat Tacos. They're getting this up, but Shay hit shot from the lower spawn, and triple in lower going to be very hard to remove, as it looks like the kind of feed for the cart mode got called a little too early for Space Force. They're going to get the gun down, but Sig's got time to rebuild it. Shay's settling in on this last point, and 3 minutes is a long time to hold last, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, 100%, especially when you got that Uber ad in your favor. If that kind of trend holds, you could see it like a minute and a half that Uber comes out, and all of a sudden now it's kind of danger time. But a couple frags going in the favor of Space Force. Shay going down is a huge one. If they can find a way to get triple out of lower, this is very doable for Space Force. Getting in up top was Pablo. Exa goes down, Evil as well. So that gun now in danger. I think it's going to go down. Oh, Mad comes in with the backstab onto Chinatown. The medic is now down, and I think Space Force have full opportunity to take this. This is their point, and they will not be denied. Couple bodies on cart, choke them off at their spawn, and we are going to an overtime round.
Maybe. Oh no, and there comes Evil, and he's gonna miss the stab onto Tacos. He will go down, and they don't actually cap yet. River comes in with the clutch air blast to get Octa off of that, and they're not pushing in. 2 minutes left, and they have the spawn advantage. So this is, you know, Rewind definitely not out of the woods yet, but as they are kind of feeding in one at a time, it feels like Space Force is going to need to call a regroup and a repush right now. Wait for those numbers to get back, get a small advantage, and just go off of it. A minute and 40 left is still definitely doable, but you don't want to spend that entire minute 40 feeding one at a time.
I'm just mad because they made me look like an idiot. You know, here I am casting like a fucking fool. Sorry, Christian stream language. Like a flippin' fool. And here they are, not capping the cart when they had everything. And Evil gets a couple more backstabs. Tacos goes down as well as Octa. And Space Force maybe with the throw of the century here.
Yeah, definitely bad news for them. Dread getting in behind will find Shay and is in a really good position in this back staircase. No, Pablo waiting in spawn to take him out, but that will be the River getting in on top with to be the one to go down. Taco's gonna burn this Uber, and we're seeing it's from Rewind. Not, you know, giving this up. Still in. Joey though on cart, not gonna be able to cap it. He gets taken out by Shay and Triple there. Octa in window, and it feels like just Space Force hasn't been able to really find that same momentum they had in here. That Pyro Air Blast really kind of deciding this round right now. And again, they don't have really time for an Uber right now. Neither team actually, Rewind may get it right at the very end, but this would be a tough one to lose.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really bitter pill to swallow. You kind of get stuck in that mode. Yeah, Shay with a body shot onto Tacos will probably secure it because now you don't have heals or anything like that.
There it is.
Yeah, It's one of those things where he had the opportunity, and then afterwards the panic kind of sets in, and everyone just dives for the cart, and you forget that you still have to get a couple of frags at least. So everyone's going in and sacking and sacking and sacking for the cart, and no one gets kills. So it just allows Rewind to feed on these individual players jumping on the cart, and I think that's just how it happens. So I mean, really, really tough loss for Space Force, but on the positive side, hell yeah for Rewind. That was a great defense from them.
Yeah, no, I mean, really impressive. And again, that River jumping in at the last second to air blast Octa off of it actually managed to blow him from the cart ramp to the spawn area, not getting him in the pit, but he burned out afterwards, so it might as well have been the same thing. But yeah, just crazy defense able to come out of them there, really backs against the wall. They showed that, we're not dropping this round. We are taking these full match points and we are continuing on with this season. So definitely a strong showing out of them. And yeah, I mean, I think that match kind of, even though it was a 2-0, kind of spanned the gamut of both teams having really good plays and then some misplays at the same time, and just cancel them all out, and you have more checks in the favor of Rewind than you do in Space Force.
Yeah, I think one kind of interesting stat, something funny. You mentioned that Shay was a person that could either go like 40-10 or 25. I'm actually gonna pull this stat 25-20. So in the first half, he went 31-14 with the 527 DPM, and the next one went 25-20. So as you predicted, as you said, he did.
All
and
according
also,
to plan. Yeah.
Zoe
he'll be getting his PayPal
up.
deposited.
Yeah, I still haven't.
You're not the only one making bank off of this.
Oh yeah, I gotta check my phone. I don't know if Sigafu sent the cash. Maybe he sent it in Venmo. But yeah, I mean, huge step up from Zoe as well, going toe to toe with Shay. Much closer stat line, and really kind of most improved player in the first round and second round. Dreadnought too. He actually top frag 26-17 with 433 DPM. I mean, that's a huge performance. Second damage on his team behind Seer, which kind of you'd expect as the demo. So I mean, Space Force, you really thought this was in their hands, especially after that feigned call that I made, but they all the stats were there, the opportunity was there, and I don't know if there's a more succinct way to put it than just a bit of a throw.
And then we finally get the Valve sponsored major, and you're gonna see what's it called? thescoreesports.com put out a top 10 worst TF2 calls. You're gonna be right there at number 1.
Someone submit the clip. We'll put it. Does Lucky Luke make like a not top 10?
What was it? Well, no, there were moments of glory, MOG, and then there were oh, it was GOM. What was it? It was like the opposite. Glimpses of mediocrity was what they were called. I'm pretty sure that was a long time ago. I don't think he still does them, but you can finally get your internet stardom off of this.
I've been waiting for so long, honestly.
But yeah, that was definitely a very entertaining game. Again, it's just you every time you go into a cast, you want to see those close games. You want to see it come down to overtime, and just sucks that Space Force wasn't able to pull it out. But again, it's just a testament, as you said, to how strong Rewind can be as a team, that they're just able to put their feet down and say you're getting the cart this close, but not 1 inch further, and comes in with the air. The rest of the team able to clean up the frag. I do think though, if I had to get for that second round, it'd probably be Ben was just styling the entire time. It felt like second fragging on his team and bunch of different chain stabs, was taking everyone out. Had, what was that, 4 stabs on the med, 5 on the heavy, 6 on the sniper. Oh, you can even count 1 on the NG, 2 on the soldier, 3 on the 4 on the med, the heavy, 6. Is a bit of a mathematician I play. How well he's coming in, but just a really dominating performance out of him.
Yeah, evil definitely kind of his glorious return, at least in my eyes. I don't know if he'd been playing a little bit before, but huge plays for him there, and just the pick classes in general for Rewind kind of going off. But I mean, I've alluded to it a few times during the cast. I'll say it again. I think Space Force going forward are still a team to look out for, because it's just those couple of moments, and then this match could have gone a completely different way. So, later on in the season, when they play a team that they may be underdogs to, we might be able to see them pull off that upset victory and maybe shake things up as we get deeper. I mean, obviously only week 2, so maybe a fool's errand to start predicting what could happen late in the season, but definitely a team to look out for if they can get tweak those few things and really get those upsets going.
Yeah, and I think Zoe kind of coming around in that second half was a really good, kind of sign of confidence for them going forward, that, that was a rough half and not what you're expecting your sniper to do. He was able to come in and compete with one of the better snipers in the league right now. So, again, it feels like the pieces are in place. I feel like we just need to kind of shore up their defenses. Everyone needs to be a little more spy aware. I feel like Joey and Tacos in particular were dropping the ball a little bit on that. Felt like, some of those chain stabs could have been prevented. But yeah, again, just feel like I said it after the flow match on Saturday. The pieces are there, right? Like a lot of the teams in Invite this season, I feel like the individual talent is a lot closer than it's been in seasons past, where you have players even on the flow who are probably by and far the underdogs of Invite this season, coming in with players that have really respectable individual skill and are able to, in a 1v1 situation, slug it out with the higher level teams. It's just when it comes to team play, coordination, game sense, they're getting outclassed. And, I feel like it's easier to kind of come in from that angle and, get better as a team, rather than saying like, okay, well, our coordination's decent, but, no matter what you do with 3 and 3, you're never going to get like 300 out of it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think the only answer is you got to cut your way to the top. So,
easily.
Yeah, anytime you lose a match, you got to cut someone and then pick someone else up, and I think that's the only way to win.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been proven time and time again.
Purpose, to give a good talent pool. So maybe we'll see the flow picking up Carson. We can get Habib on Space Force. See who else lost. Well, K&D lost in week 1, but they kind of already switched their mains over. So Danny's gonna get picked up on a advanced team, etc.
I would love to see that.
You know how this goes.
I'd love to see that stream from Benny's
But in actuality,
point of
don't do that. Don't cut your way to the top. It's not how you win.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, that was tongue in cheek. Want to definitely make sure that point gets across for some of the maybe less experienced we have. Generally, the best way to improve it is strengths, capitalize on any weaknesses the opponent gives you, and you do that by being 9 men strong. You get people together, you work over things, smooth things out, become a team. Teams win Highlander. You don't win by getting 9 players together.
The Doris Highlander.
Yep. Gonna that undefeated season and forget about But yeah, I guess if we're ready to kind of wrap things up, we do have the combined stats where we see Shay top fragging the entire match at 56 off of his really good first half performance. Dreadnought right behind him, though. So, again, really good performance out of him. Had good performances from Pablo as well. I think kind of sneakily getting up there. 45 kills, third most overall. I don't think he had pretty good halves, both times. Never really kind of jumped out as this huge player, but never had a bad half either. So, see him up there. Seer as well, So, top 4 are alternated between the teams. So again, signs of life for Space Force going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they develop throughout the season. So I'll definitely make sure I'm tuning in or hopping in whenever available, so I can see all the action.
Yeah, definitely. And just as we wrap things up, I know Sig's gonna yell at me because I forgot to do this a little bit earlier, but we do have a RGL 1-day Pro Lander Cup coming in about a week's time. the only pro interaction you'll see all season. So if you're a fan of the game mode, get in on that. 50% of teams that sign up will win key prizes, and there is the giveaway going on. So type exclamation point giveaway into chat. $400 worth of items being given away. So check that out, since we just want to give back to the community for helping us have such a successful first season. And with that, I believe Vox, if you want to have any closing thoughts, any shout outs.
Big shout out to the teams. Honestly, like I said earlier, names that I not the names I hadn't seen playing in a little bit. So that was a really fun match for me to kind of get to see those players.
Yeah, I mean, just I think shout out to the teams for both kind of putting it all out there tonight. You saw, how close Space Force was getting, and just to kind of come back after that first half is good enough on its own. But Rewind again just proved themselves to be that much better. Shout out to that, and shout out to Dolphin. Our stalwart, silent cameraman, never wavering, never blinking behind the scenes as always, catching everything that's going on. So hearts in the chat for him, and that's gonna do it for us tonight. See you next.